Well, to sod or not to sod, that is the question. Here with all the facts, our gardening expert, Frank Ferragine. Frankie, let's talk a little bit about the lawn and the fact that people actually have the option of going faux, and it looks good.
In the world of Kim Kardashian, there's always the option of going faux. Yeah, you know what? It's all about application. So there's the right application for the right space. I'm a big fan of lawn, of just a natural living lawn. There's nothing like playing on it, sitting on it with your child. It creates a cooling effect for the environment. It's so much benefit that happens as well as it does create oxygen. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So,
it's good if you can achieve it barefoot in the grass. Come on, that's what we should be doing, right?
Yeah. Well, why don't you take your shoe off and see what that feels like right there?
Okay.
So this one right here is a faux lawn. This is
Don't go close about my feet. Ow! Don't do it.
But what's really neat about this is called a Bolt 60 is the type, and there's different thicknesses.
Yeah.
So if you take a look at the way faux has gone now as well, as you can see the thatch that's in there, so it's a real lifelike. In a smaller setting, in a smaller property, this is probably going to make a lot more sense because it's going to be cost effective. Because if you even think about the cost, that there is about $13 to $15 per square foot.
Okay.
You know, just to put that in perspective, I just was looking at tile for the basement of my home, and that was about $8.50 a square foot.
Yes.
So this is a lot more than what tile would be. So if we had a large property, all of a sudden this just doesn't become cost effective overall.
Right.
But let's say that you have a small property in the backyard and you have to bring a lawnmower through the home to cut the lawn, or there's areas that won't grow. I know in your street you say
it's so hard.
Yeah. So
the grass it's never even. It looks burnt. It's yellow. So it's just tough.
Yeah, and you know, faux, this is a Bolt 90. This one here, if you even look, it's even thicker.
Can I just ask about that one again? Because this is actually the best. Like, it felt real. It looks real because they've put in all those yellow bits.
Yeah.
That you're going to pay the most for that.
Actually, that's not the most expensive one.
That's not?
This is the most expensive one
here.
See, I
wouldn't even want that.
Put your feet on that.
Oh,
Put your feet on that.
Loud.
Put your feet on that.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So you look, there's more blades.
Guys, this is like a rug.
Yeah. You know.
But it looks fake.
It can, especially in the winter.
Right?
That's the problem with faux, that in the winter, a lot of the time it looks really artificial.
Yeah.
The other problem with faux is a lot of the times they'll put a black kind of, it's almost like a tire, a mulch that they put in between.
Yeah.
This is hydrochill. So first off, I want to tell you the cost of this one. It's $16 to $18 per square foot.
Okay.
It's just like a Christmas tree that has more tips on the tree, the more you pay.
Yes.
This here has more blades in there, and you can still see that.
It's like a shag rug.
It's got that nice little brown thatch that's in there, very lifelike, and it feels great. This hydrochill,
nice and thick.
This is what you add when you do a full lawn. You put it in between, and if you're asking why you're doing that, the hydrochill will actually absorb water. Okay. And in the summertime, when it's really hot outdoors, as that water evaporates, it creates a cooling effect. So it creates the cool feeling of a lawn. A lot of synthetic lawns, fake lawns, feel really hot under your feet.
That's right.
And so hydrochill, putting that down will cool it off. So there's a lot that goes on to doing a full lawn. You just can't lay it over. You got to think about drainage underneath. You got to think about all these things. And just with a hydrochill, that's adding another $1.50 per square foot. Okay. Very expensive. Let's say if you...
Can the pets go on that?
Oh, 100%. Pets can go on, yeah.
So there's drainage and everything?
Yeah, that's the key. What goes underneath this is also a lot of added work, because if you don't want water sitting in certain areas. You need this to drain out and be nice and dry, and also just so it doesn't heave in the winter months and things like that. Okay. This is just a faux tile. This is by IKEA. That was by Southwest Greens, by the way. This is by IKEA. Okay. This is really good application. So you have a pet, you have a condo, you want a little area. I call it pee pad. You need a pee pad.
Like on your balcony, right?
A balcony.
Yes.
So these guys here are around the same as price as what some tile would be, $5.16 per square foot. That's the application for that. That wouldn't be done on a lawn by any means, but maybe on a deck and or patio. You want that green, you want that feeling, and you want it just to be a little bit more lush. That's fantastic.
Okay. All right. So very reasonable.
So sod. Let's talk about sod versus seed.
Okay.
Sod is number one. If you have a lot of problems with weeds and you want to get rid of weeds and you tore up that front yard, the reason why you're putting sod down, it smothers all those weed seeds.
Yes.
It's very cost effective. It's only $1 to $2 per square foot.
It's good.
It's pretty easy to lay. Yeah. I've done a lot of laying of sod in my life.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work. Never do it on a wet day, because when these rolls are wet, they're super, super heavy.
Right.
If you're wondering when do you fertilize after sodding a lawn, when you go and put the lawn down, it'll take 3 to 4 weeks. As soon as you go to lift the sod, if the sod doesn't lift, it means it's rooted. Okay. That's when you can fertilize.
Got it.
This is really good for small to large spaces. If you want a lawn, key is when you're buying your sod, if it's a shaded space, you want to make sure that sod is formulated for shade.
Ooh, good point.
Right? Most inexpensive thing to do is seed. The reason why seed, it's so inexpensive. So seed's only going to cost you about 6 cents per square foot.
Okay.
This is water smart technology seed that actually allows it to absorb water and germinate at a quicker and faster and better rate. Seed is great for thickening a lawn.
Okay.
Sometimes for broadcasting over a lawn, you're going to get a lot of weeds that grow in that, weed seeds that grow in that.
Yes.
So the other thing that you can do, which is really good for large spaces, but you can't do this on your own, is hydroseeding.
What is that?
Hydroseeding is where you get a guy to come in, or male, female, doesn't matter, whoever drives the truck.
Someone comes in.
They come in and they're going to blow it across the lawn with mulch, and everything's kind of combined together. When they blow it down, it goes down green, so it looks green right away.
Oh.
That suffocates a lot of the weed seeds. It germinates quite quickly, and it's a great way to seed a large space.
Yes.
A lot of times it's done on elevated slope spaces as well. So,
Okay.
there it
I
is.
want to talk to you more a little bit about the sod because a lot of people will put down the sod and it does not take. It doesn't grow. Like, what
Right.
are some of the things that we might be doing wrong?
Water, 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 water.
Too much or too little?
No, you need to water these guys a ton as soon as
so
they go
they
down.
need a ton of water.
The other key is to it, I forgot to mention this, basically order it and play it right away. If this sits on a skid for too long, it'll actually cook and brown out.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you order it fresh, lay it down. Water is so key. You got
Okay.
to keep this so well watered to get it rooted in. Best time to be laying sod is in the spring and or fall. You can lay it in the summer, but if you're not around to water, your sod's going to be
Got it.
done.
Okay, good. Good tips, Frankie.